Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to part 1 of my Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're going to be working on just, cutting down some trees, so I'm just gonna stand here and stare at this tree for about, the next minute or two. And, yeah, that's all we're doing today. Alright, looks like we've got a good bit of wood here today. That's enough for now. I think we've made some good progress today. We got wood, and with the wood we can make planks. With the planks we can make some good, crafting tables and sticks and stuff. So that should be great. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you guys next week. We could, or I guess we could watch some Star Trek. I mean, I got nothing else going on for the next couple hours. Kind of slotted out a bit of a longer time slot here, but that's okay. So today, Sanctuary, Rivals, and the Alternate. Sanctuary in particular, I actually really like Sanctuary. It's the episode where the Screen refugees show up and, I mean, they deal with the Screen refugees, that's the whole thing. But a lot of people I've seen rag on refugees too, but that's a different topic entirely, on Sanctuary, and I don't know why. I really like it. I think it's a good story. But we're gonna see if maybe I'm missing anything. Maybe I'm misremembering it. Maybe there are problems in it I just forgot about. I don't know. But if you would like to come and talk in voice chat about the episode, there's a link to Discord in the description. You can just click on that, click on the voice chat channel. No password or anything. Just open it right up. The alternate, or not the alternate. The alternate I have no idea what's in. I think it might be an Odo episode, but that's it. Rivals. All I remember about Rivals, really, is it has Prince Humperdinck as the main antagonist. That's all that matters. That's all we need to know. Prince Humperdinck. Yeah, whether or not the Bajorans' decision could definitely be questioned, but I can get why they made that decision. I wouldn't say I agree with it, but I could get why they made it. Because Bajor is really in a rough place right now. I mean, they're still basically in the middle of a civil war. The provisional government is... honestly, it's barely even a government. It can't do much of anything. They have the Hall of Ministers, but the Hall of Ministers doesn't seem to do anything. There was an attempted coup a few episodes ago. Bajor's in a bad spot. They definitely could not help the Screens if the Screens needed it. As much as the Screens insist they won't need help. But we'll be seeing all that shortly. In just 30 seconds, so I hope everyone's queued up. Sanctuary, DS9 Season 2, Episode 10. Hang on, my title's wrong. My stream title. Episode 10 to 12. There we go. So apparently the alternate is the one where Odo's all the calls coming from inside the house. That's that one. Alright, everyone queue up to 0. We're pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play. And let's go. Was Kara behind on her job? What have you been doing, Kara? Has he been stalking Kara? Ah, no, Kara's just... being typical Kara, she's just yelling all over the place. I mean, I guess that's fair, because, I mean... No, I was thinking of Dax. I was going to say, because Kara gossips about other people all the time. No, that's Dax. Yeah, she... maybe that's a callback to, the pilot episode, where when Cisco meets Kira, She's just there yelling at someone on a monitor in the in ops. I see provisional government. She's been trying to get this solved for days, and the provisional government ain't doing nothing. Provisional government is completely worthless right now. Good Quark want? Is she cutting into his oh. Oh yeah, this guy. He looks real. Oh wait, is that the guy who's a temporal agent later in the series? Or not the temporal investigator? I think that might be the same dude. Oh hey, Morn. Morn's pretty cool. Don't recognize that Ferengi though. Must be one of the waiters. Yep, that's a waiter Ferengi. Are those? I think those are strips of cardboard they have there. That definitely looks like cardboard they have on the bar. Morn, Morn has a friend. Morn is very charismatic. Everybody loves Morn. That is that the temporal. Now I want to look it up. Who's the temporal investigator? DS9 temporal investigation. Department of Temporal Investigations. Okay, their names are Dolmore and Luxley. The one we want is Luxley, played by James Jansen. No, it doesn't look like it's him. No, that's not Temporal, dude. It looks like him to me, but I would need to hear him talk. I'm a lot better placing voices than placing faces. Oh, are we extorting Quark again? We love extorting Quark. I guess that guy is too old. Was he gonna say something? No, he's just gonna. Okay, that's not him. 100% not him. The Dalrock. Now, this guy might not fit in at Quark's bar, but he would do so well on the Enterprise. The Enterprise crew would love him. They have these concerts all the time. They'd have a great time. Do you suppose there used to be people in old armies that like just played the drums or played the flute? There was just a band that went along with the army. Do you suppose someone could go into Starfleet Academy just for music? Just for the concerts? They just sit there playing whatever weird flute thing that guy has on the bridge. I feel like that's something Starfleet would approve of. All right, what shape is that ship? What kind of ship is that? This is very important. I don't care about the shot of Cisco and Kira. Show me the ship. Don't you dare detonate that ship before we get a good shot of it. We need to see if it's triangular. And hopefully the biofilters here are working. Because they just beamed an alien species they've never met before directly into ops. That seems dangerous. That's how you spread disease, Cisco. You don't know what they're carrying. They could have something humans have no immune response to. Why would you ever beam someone directly to ops? These are Cardassian transporters, Cisco. Even if even if they were Federation transporters, you couldn't trust them. My goodness. Well, we've got a bit of time here. Let's see. I was gonna look something. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the screen ship because I don't think we're gonna get a good I don't think we're gonna get a good look at it. So let's see. Okay, three ships docked on upper pylons. So no, I think that's a rectangular ship. Yeah, that's actually looks kind of Ferengi. Wait, is that a reused Ferengi ship model? Maybe it just is the angle. I don't think Chief O'Brien's the transporter chief anymore. I don't know. It's not triangular at any rate. That's all that matters. Yeah, that I really liked how the NX-01 Enterprise had a decon area. Not necessarily what they did with the decon area, but I like that they had one. The existence of decon. Because I really don't like how in every series they keep oh. Okay, ignore that. Let me try that again without the echo. I really don't like how in every series they just beam people directly onto the bridge or into ops. And they're alien species they've never met before. You don't know what these people are carrying. You could be basically spreading smallpox here. They could infect you with something, you can infect them with something. This is just dangerous, Cisco. Biofilters never work. Never trust the biofilters. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it doesn't seem. Hmm. I mean, it worked fine with the Temerians, Darmok and Jalad. They had a weird structure. Yeah, ideally, you wouldn't want to transport any alien species you're not familiar with. With here, they probably didn't have a choice because the ship was about to explode and they were going to die. But typically, docking would probably be preferable. Docking and then spending some time in a contamination area, in a quarantine room. It might be space racist to say, but based on their skin, they do kind of look sick. But no, that's just what screens look like. They don't understand you, Kira. I guess she's going for tone of voice more than the actual words. I bet Hoshi could have had their language down by now. There are barely any language experts nowadays, now that they have these young kids are relying on their universal translators. They don't even speak 3,000 alien languages. These lazy kids. The screens probably recognize the Dominion, though. I'm thinking about would they definitely wouldn't recommend. I'm gonna try that sentence again. They definitely wouldn't recognize Odo as a founder because basically nobody has even seen a founder. But they're probably at least aware of the Dominion and the existence of founders. And they might know that the founders are shapeshifters. So if they see Odo shapeshifting, I wonder if that's going to freak him out a lot. Oh, and you guys remember that episode about Dr. Bashir and Dax going to cure a plague on an alien planet? What's it called? The Quickening. The Quickening. What if Odo was there? What if they brought Odo with them? Because that whole planet, they were basically murdered by the Dominion. I can't imagine they would have been terribly happy about seeing a shapeshifter on the Quickening planet. It's not that complicated here. All you have to do is point it at the skin and it works. You can do it. You can do this. I mean, I could use a dermal regenerator. Literally, all you do is point it at the area of skin that's hurt and move it slowly back and forth. It's not complicated. Bashir even has a Klingon do it in an earlier episode. I don't expect they would recognize that Odo's the founder, but they may have heard that the founders are shapeshifters, and if Odo started shapeshifting in front of them, that might tip him off. Are those breadsticks? Kira, you don't know what these people eat. You don't know anything about their physiology. I guess it worked out. Lucky them. That guy on the right looks very familiar, though. Does anyone recognize him? Takra Maseta? Ramel Jateka? Ah, Zulaku. I getcha. Oh, sorry, Mesa socks. Mesa stalks, not breadsticks. Oh, no, maybe they just have a word that sounds like need. Oh, hey, it's working out. Skria. I If she's just saying the same thing over and over again, I'm not entirely clear on how the universal translator is picking it up with just the same sentences repeated, but I guess it works well enough. Keep Shateka. Kira didn't translate Shateka. Yeah, 3 million people is kind of a lot. I mean, they're certainly not going to fit on the station, but, 3 million people to Bajor. I mean, Bajor can fit them. Yeah, what are you talking about, Sadiq al-Tahir al-Fadl Abdulrahman Muhammad Ahmad Abu Karim al-Makti? Matriarchal societies are totally a thing. Yeah, I assume whether it is in fact 3 million will become pretty obvious once the rest of them come through the wormhole. And how many ships do they have to carry 3 million people? They've got to have a fleet to rival the Dominion if they can carry 3 million people across the wormhole. Her hair is intense, though. It, that's probably a wig, right? That's not just her hair. Is that. Hmm. That has got to be really hard to maintain. How much. How much product is in there? Like, I'm here thinking maybe it's not even hair. Maybe that's just like a prosthetic piece that kind of looks like hair. Tarogarans. Who are they? We've never heard of them before. So not the Dominion then? Ah, the Dominion. Okay, that's where they come in. Yeah, those lines at the top of the hairstyle, they do look a bit too flat to not have something in there to hold it together. Like a piece of cardboard. Like, I don't get people who say they don't like this episode. Like, this scene's really cool. Okay, I don't get those people. That part of the scene's a bit weird, but the rest of this scene is good. I mean, this isn't. Kira, haven't you heard of the Denobulans? Or, I mean, there are a bunch of species that have multiple partners in Star Trek. I know I heard another one recently, but I don't remember the name. The Denobulans are the first ones that come to mind, but there's definitely at least one other. Kira, are you making assumptions about these people's religion? She ain't no prophet. Yeah, that's a pretty bad dress. I mean, she's right. That's. I really hope that was designed to be hideous, and not someone like seriously tried to make a costume for the show and they just got ridiculed by all the writing staff. I would just be awful. Oh, hey, it's the table hat people. I didn't think we'd ever see them again. And there's the fish skeleton right next to them. Oh, this episode's just full of all our favorite things. We got the table hats, we got the fish. I mean, why not, Nog? Wait, so it's okay for Double Girl to be a chef, but not to be an entomologist? What What are your standards here, Nog? Oh no. Nog, are you being racist against the Koreans? Nog, come on, man. What are you doing? This man is 25 years old and he's over here being racist toward the Koreans. Go on. Yes, it's quite a lingering shot, thank you. Oh man, they really need to clean the windows on the airlock, dude. Did you see those windows? Don't they got don't they got Windex in the future? Thing was filthy. There's the fish skeleton again, top right. Just keep an eye out for that. It's very important. Actually, is that a sign going into a restaurant? I think that might be indicating a restaurant. Well, it's not 3 million so far, so that's good. Yeah, the screens are really dedicated to their hairstyles. And they only have one hairstyle. One for men, one for women. You know, people in Star Trek, people talk a lot about Planet of Hats, which is correct. It's totally correct. Where everyone on a planet is just basically exactly the same. Alien cultures are completely homogenous. A lot of the time, especially with those aliens from before with the tables on their heads, they're really planets of hats. I have no idea what the aliens are called or what their culture is or anything about them. I just know they're hats because they're very distinct. Odo, don't grab Odo, don't grab a Ferengie's ear. What are you doing, man? Oh, did we see the table aliens again? I missed them.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Nothing much.
Just
Your show's
watching
like
some
the
Star
highlight of my
Trek.
weekend.
Oh, you need better weekends. This shouldn't be the highlight of anyone's. Yet, Nog, why do you know about profitability of weapon sales? And how does Quark know about illegal weapon sales? Quark doesn't sell weapons. He's very clear about this later in the series. Yeah, you do, Quark. I guess this is something that's going to get retconned later.
War is good for business.
And peace is good for business.
Yeah.
Yeah, beside himself. And now everyone thinks the screens smell bad, so it's just fueling the racism against the screens. Come on, Nog. You are 25 years old. Have some awareness of how your actions affect everyone's perceptions of people.
So Odo's IQ just drops like 20 points over here.
Why is that? Because he let him go?
Yeah.
I think he just doesn't care, honestly. Yeah, Quark, come on, man. I mean, the flaking would be pretty irritating, to be fair. But you don't have to judge them as a people for that. They just have
Yeah.
flaky skin. It's a good smile, Odo. Thank you for that, Renee. Oh, we're gonna get Morn again? Wait, is that a... Oh, no. That's a Bajoran in the background. I thought that was a Cardassian, but it was just kind of weird lighting. Yeah, they've got to have a piece of cardboard in their hair or something. Maybe they should go settle on New Bajor, back in the Gamma Quadrant. That'd work out great for them. They can't have regular Bajor, but they could have New Bajor. I don't see Morn in this scene, tragically. I guess he's probably hanging out with someone else in his quarters. Have we established what Quintana is, or is Kira just yes-anding her? I mean, I wouldn't go that far, Kira. I mean, he's good, but he's not that good.
It's a dying culture.
Ah, yes, as a token of my friendship, I would like to give you a sample of my work. I would like to give you a picture of myself. Who gifts pictures of themselves to people? You know, that's actually the same thing Riker had, isn't it? Except he had some weird dancing ladies in his.
These are the screens.
Well, these are screens, yes, on screen now.
Okay, gotcha. That flake.
They're the flaky people with the weird hair. Bajor ain't even Quintana. She just wants Bajor to be Quintana because it's right here and she doesn't want the responsibility. Just pick the nearest planet, say it's Quintana, and it'll work out. Hey, come on, Nog, take some responsibility here. He's gonna come a long way once he gets into the academy.
That makeup
Hey,
looks like they had oatmeal on their face and they just put makeup over it.
hey now, that's just what these people look like. No need to disparage them based on their appearance.
You're right.
They're a unique, rich alien culture
We're more tolerant in our
who
21st century.
flake. They're very flaky. Does that kid play someone on Enterprise? Who's that guy? Let's see. DS9, Sanctuary, IMDb.
Do they have to look like such riffraff? I know that they're refugees.
Well, I mean, if they didn't look like riffraff, we wouldn't know they were riffraff.
Right.
What's that kid's name? Because, I mean, I'm looking at the IMDb page, and I don't know how to read this. Tumok, Vena, Rozan, Hanik. I know who Neek is. Guy, Cowell. These names mean nothing to me. Is it Leland Orser? Maybe?
Tumok is the oatmeal kid.
Tumok. Andrew Koenig. Okay, he still looks somewhat familiar based on this, but no, he's not in any other Star Trek. Actually, he's not really in much of anything. I guess this is Chekhov's son, Andrew Koenig. Or Koenig, I don't actually know how to pronounce it.
Andrew Koenig. Is that his Koenig's son? Walter Koenig's son.
Maybe. Someone said Chekhov's son is in this.
Yeah.
Leland Orser, apparently he's in this. I haven't recognized him yet, but he plays the guy in Carpenter Street on Enterprise, where they travel back in the Zindir trying to create a bioweapon. He's the human dude that's collecting people of every blood type. Apparently he's in this. Is that a Klingon ship? Oh, that's a big fleet. That's a very big fleet. If those ships are armed, they could totally make a rebellion against the Dominion.
No immigrants.
Oh, I'm sure they're very regretful about this. It's very tragic. I mean, we wish we could help them, but I mean, we just, we got that festival on Saturday. We're real busy right now. To be fair, yeah, Bajor is totally in shambles. Okay, I don't know anything about that woman except that I immediately hate her based on her facial expression. Yeah, you don't need to be snarky, lady. Just tell us what you decided.
Politicians always have preambles.
God, look at her face. Man, I hate that woman. I don't know anything about her, but I hate her. I don't know if we ever see this Vedic again. Now, what if we brought Vedic Boreal in? He probably would have let him on. Maybe the Bajorans are just really dedicated to being a monoculture. They don't want a two species planet.
Multiculturalism has failed.
What do they think this is? Earth? Only Earth's allowed to have multiple species. Oh yeah, don't bring on Vedic Win. Vedic Win, yeah, she might have stronger words than sorry, but we can't to say to the screens. And we're definitely supposed to assume that the Bajorans' projections are kind of faulty, that the screens totally could survive on their own. But we have no reason to suppose that their projections are wrong. What if the screen settlement actually did just die out? They actually gave this a lot of good thought. Honestly, the aid could come from the Federation. They would absolutely send aid. They could send them an extra industrial replicator. I think they have 2 replicators so far. The Federation could just send them another one. They have more, and the Cardassia isn't destroyed yet. And if you let the screens on, and the Federation sends help, then that would incline the Bajorans even more to joining the Federation. Because they're just so darn helpful. It is kind of weird how set Hanik is on having Bajor as Quintana. She hasn't even looked at Draylon 2. Maybe Draylon 2's great. You don't know. Go check it out. So I guess that guy is Walter Koenig's son.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound Russian. Are you telling me Walter Koenig isn't actually a Rusky?
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Is it Walter Koenig?
But he's the captain's son, and then that's this lady's son. So it's like the respective leaders of their people. Hanik.
Oh, Hanik, you don't gotta guilt Kira about this. What do you want Kira to do about it? She has no authority to let you on Bajor.
You're lucky you're on the station.
Yeah, Hanik's totally exaggerating here. Look, I don't know if it's the right decision for the Bajorans to deny screens to the planet. But, I mean, there's probably nothing wrong with Draylon 2. Draylon 2 is probably actually a great place for them to live.
Yeah. She just decided Bajor has to be her planet.
Yeah. And they don't. Draylon 2 probably doesn't have to be recultivated because the Cardassians destroyed it. They can probably just live there happily immediately. They don't have to compete with resources with the Bajorans.
They got it pretty good as far as refugees go.
They didn't want the Bajorans' help anyway, so it's not like the problem is they're going to be isolated.
Right. A kid stole the starship.
Oh, I remember what happens now. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
when I looked at the memory alpha, it was pretty sad. Just because it has a birthday. You didn't raise him right. You
I mean,
failed as a parent.
she was a slave most of the time. Not much opportunity to be raised in a stable household. And when she
Yeah, I don't
wasn't a
want
slave, she was a refugee.
those Bajorans don't play.
Interesting that the Dominion hasn't come after these people, though. They said that they were enslaved by the Tarogans, and then they got away when the Dominion conquered the Tarogans.
Mm.
Does the Dominion just hate screens too? Does everyone hate the screens?
That's interesting. Just foreshadowing.
Maybe they're trying to say no, the Dominion's cool. They freed the screens.
It's like
Oh yeah, the Dominion wouldn't have given them freedom, but we don't know that yet. Maybe we're supposed to assume that they totally would have. That they were liberated by the Dominion. I get I If I'd guess, my assumption would be that the Dominion didn't even bother with them because the screens have nothing to offer. Because the screens have no resources to offer the Dominion. I guess they could have offered farming, but I mean, does the Dominion care about farming? Because the Jem'Hadar don't eat, and there's not that many Vorta.
yeah.
The Founders don't eat. They could supply food for their other subjugated species, but I don't think the Dominion cares about them either. Yeah, there's probably no coming back from this diplomatic incident. Maybe Draylon 2 is looking pretty good. Screen chips really do look Klingon, though, the bigger ones. Do we ever learn what happens to these guys in beta canon? Draylon 2. IMDb? No, not IMDb. Memory Alpha. Okay, Memory Beta. Nothing really. No, it looks like we don't really learn anything else about the screens in beta canon.
Well,
Which I
I never
guess
knew
is.
they had the Dominion this early.
Oh yeah, we had the Dominion a couple episodes ago. We've been having brief glimpses of them. And then we'll be meeting the Dominion proper in the season finale.
Oh, that early.
Yeah, with the search, part 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, I like that episode. I think it's interesting. Some people don't like it, and
Sorry.
I don't know why.
No can do nothing.
Alright, start the timer for the next episode. Update the title. The next episode
Yeah.
is Rivals, which again, the only thing that matters, the only thing you need to know, Prince Humperdinck. It's Prince Humperdinck the episode. And just in case
Did we
some
do?
of you people, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I already said go ahead, therefore you have to go ahead.
Thank you. Did we do season 1 of DS9?
Yeah,
Okay.
we did season 1.
Yeah. All right. Because
Just in case,
then uh
just
we're
in case
farther
some of
along
you
in
people are
season 2
uncultured swine.
of DS9 than we are in TNG.
Yes, that is true.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to be like the screen and asking too many questions.
Hang on. TNG is season 1. DS9 season 1. Yeah, TNG just has more episodes in season 1. And on DS9, we also did a day with 4 episodes instead of 3. Just to, because that finished the season on a round number. Yeah. I mean, I don't care if this guy's done anything other than Princess Bride. He's Prince Humperdinck, and that's all I know. His name is Prince Humperdinck. from Princess Bride. Which, if anyone here has not seen Princess Bride, you should see Princess Bride. It's really good. The book's also really good. I read that, I guess not actually that recently now, like a couple years ago. Would recommend it. Oh, wait, why isn't the timer going? Should have been going. Let me try again. Press start. Okay, timer's working now. Great. Yeah, the whole, you kind of have to go into the Princess Bride book knowing what the deal is with it. The fact that it's kind of, I don't know if meta's the right word. Basically, you have to go into it with the knowledge that the narrated parts are lies. Because the premise of the story is that it's the cut down version, it's the abridged version of a much longer, much drier book, and they only included the interesting parts. And you just have to remember, those descriptions are also part of the story. There is no longer version. Luckily, before I started reading it, I'd read a bit about the novelization. I guess I shouldn't say the novelization, because that implies the movie came first. I read a bit about it, so I knew that those parts were going to be in there. What else? Oh, is this the episode where... Yeah, this is the episode where Luck is the main antagonist. Or protagonist. It kind of does both. They just change the laws of probability somehow. Yeah, that's how science works. Don't worry about it. Why would you look for the unabridged version, though? From the entire description, the unabridged version is just the worst book ever. The unabridged version of Princess Bride, that doesn't exist, to clarify again. It's just so... pages and pages of descriptions of nothing. Alright, press start in 3, 2, 1, play. Meet the jazz. Oh good, I'm glad your husband's death has earned you a nice profit. So that's nice. It actually said, does it say abridged on the cover? I don't think my version says abridged. Hang on, let me look at my Amazon orders. Princess Bride. I mean, I could go, but it's in the other room, and I don't want to go to the other room right now. Check out the cover. No, mine doesn't say abridged, luckily. Oh yeah, she's totally a gold digger. Yeah. Can anyone here who's seen The Princess Bride look at that man and think of anything other than Prince Humperdinck? Because that's all I can see. And I mean, she's a good gold digger, but he's also a gold digger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Prince Humperdinck. He's kind of playing the same character in different life circumstances. This is just Prince Humperdinck in space after monarchy has been just gotten rid of. Abolished. That's the word I'm looking for. Well, I mean, there was that time you tried to murder your bride. You're not allowed to do that, Humperdinck. Wait, from the Elorians? That chick wasn't an Elorian. Are you telling me there was multiple species on Eloria? It wasn't just a monoculture there? If anyone here doesn't remember, that's Guinan's planet.
Oh, he's the Elorian.
Oh, he's the Elorian. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the chick was like, no, she is not an Elorian. I'm still not convinced that the force field doors are the best way to go about this at all.
I love how when you're arrested in Star Trek, they just like walk you to the jail.
Well, he's not going anywhere. He said so himself. And Odo can't stun anyone because he doesn't use a weapon ever. He doesn't use handcuffs. I guess he can make his own handcuffs with his fluid.
Yeah.
I was gonna
They do
say with
have
his
that
hands, but he
episode
doesn't have hands.
where I think Paddington or someone is arrested, and Cisco says, "Is it necessary to walk an officer of mine across the promenade in chains?"
Oh, that's
The Maquis.
no, that was Dr. Bashir.
Oh, right,
That
right, right,
was
right. Because he was, yeah.
yeah, that was the holodeck simulation with Deputy Director Sloan, as he was called there.
Hmm.
Oh man, what's that episode called? It's a really good one too.
Yeah, it is. Um, I mean, when I was watching your TNG stuff to catch up, from the when Riker becomes a Q season, you had two friends over who like never watched Star Trek or something. And so just so you know, TNG was started in 87 and DS9 was in 93.
Okay,
Okay? Like I mean, you're hosting a Star Trek channel. You got to get your chronology right.
I don't see how those two things are related though.
No, not really. But
I mean, I've
you
seen
said
Star
like
Trek
late
before.
80s, which you were correct. But
Yeah,
I'm just being
I'm
pedantic.
okay. Yeah, I don't really. I'm not totally familiar with the years. I mean, whenever the TOS comes up, I'll probably say it's from the 40s. I know it's not from the 40s, but
69 was when it came out.
I just remember that episode of The Onion. I guess that video from The Onion where they talk about the Star Trek review, and it's a satirical news thing. Oh, this scene, right? And one of the lines is, "Oh yeah, the original series. That's the TV series that was created by that hack Gene Roddenberry way back in the 40s or something." Yeah, this is another thing where every sport has their own weird, unique uniform that's very shiny. Here O'Brien is just wearing normal human clothing. Sheer over here looking like Christmas wrapping. Old style? What do you mean old style, Mike? How dare you? Just because Bashir says it? Just because Sadiq al Tahil al Fadil Abdurrahman Muhammad Ahmad Abu Karim al Makti says old style? Taking a pass at O'Brien? No, not taking a pass. That means something else. You taking a dig at O'Brien? Wait, is Bashir okay? Yeah, I'm with O'Brien here, just looking at him like he's insane. Oh, sure, it's old style when O'Brien likes it, but it's traditional when you like it. Typical Bashir.
Yeah, this
Typical
was a good
Bashir.
bro episode.
Maybe they'll hate each other a little bit less at the end of it. Well, O'Brien will hate him a little bit less at the end of it. All right, I got the Onion Star Trek thing for after this episode, so I've got that queued up. It's really good.
In your defense, I was watching TNG in like '96, no, sorry, '98, and we didn't
Oh,
have Wikipedia back then. So I thought the show was still live, and I was catching live episodes because no one was around to tell me that it was canceled in '96.
see, yeah, I wasn't watching anything in '98.
Yeah,
I was alive, but not quite old enough to be watching anything.
knowledge was harder to come by, and unless you had like an older person to tell you or a
I can
book on the
imagine.
subject back then.
It's not like you're going to be seeing TNG chronology in the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah,
Yeah, why is
plus
this guy
encyclopedias
in the
become
prison
outdated.
cell? Why is this guy in a prison cell and not in the sick bay? Dude's dying. Oh, come on, Humperdinck. Don't have to be a jerk about it. Is this a reused prop, by the way? Did they recolor this and use it for something else?
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Poor guy. Yeah, I started watching Star Trek in, I think it was 2011, 2012.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's about right. So why isn't luck all messed up right now on the station? He won peace and quiet. This thing's like Frostmourne. You pick it up and use it, and it just steals your soul. Except it's a little purple sphere.
There's no reason to share a jail cell on a space station or a starship.
And there's no reason to imprison a man who's literally about to die.
Yeah.
Thanks, Odo. Your obsession with law and order basically murdered a man. Oh, right, because he makes the giant one. That's right. Poor O'Brien. It's more work he's is a more of a workout he's had in the last 10 years. Poor guy. Could you have O'Brien? I mean, he is genetically enhanced still. You don't have any best shots anymore, O'Brien. How old is he? Is he in his 40s? Not Colin Meaney, but O'Brien the character.
I mean, you're a father with like how many kids already?
He has
You had a
one
kid back,
right now.
but he had a kid back on TNG. So
Yeah, he at this
you're
point of the
not a
show he
spring
still only
chicken.
has Molly.
Yeah, and this guy is unmarried. He has no kids. spry as a.
Genetically enhanced.
Well, we don't know that yet, right?
True, we don't.
So you're gonna
All
get
right,
him arrested.
he was born 2328, and it's like 2370.
Yeah, he's like 50 plus.
He's actually older than I thought. Hang on. DS9. I want to see the exact age. How old is O'Brien now?
And he fought in the Cardassian Wars, so he has a long career in Starfleet.
Okay, so it is exactly 2370 in this episode. So
Calculator.
he's 42.
Oh, okay, my math is wrong. Well, Bashir looks 30 something, so
Yeah, early 30s.
yeah, so it's like Derek Jeter versus a young guy now.
Now I want to look up how old exactly is Bashir. Bashir is 29. 29.
Someone said Bashir turns 30 in season 3.
Yep, that lines up. If he's 29 now, next year he'll be 30.
So there's no reason for like a 40-year-old to be
Oh yeah,
worried
we
about
do see his
keeping up with a
30th birthday in the
29-year-old.
show. That's right. Cuz it's that episode where he goes inside his mind cuz that alien like lightnings his brain or something. And Garrick is there and they hang out and it's great. Oh, Colin Meaney is about the same age as Chief O'Brien. That's good. Depending on what month this takes place in, maybe exactly the same age. Actually, Chief O'Brien was born in September. Hang on. I don't care about the episode anymore. I want to look up the ages of actors. This is very important. Colin Meaney, was he born in September? No, he was born in May. Okay. So there's a slight difference there. Man, dude's 67 now. Yeah, this is a really terrible game. Somehow this is addictive and I don't get how. You
Well,
press a button and then
once
it either lights up or
once the
doesn't.
double tables start going off. But basically, like supernovas are happening all the time because of this thing. Hey, they got a packlet in the background.
Seriously, I can make that little device in 5 minutes. I could design a shell to 3D print. I have a little shoot, I don't remember what it's called. It's been so long since I used it. That tiny little computer thing people use for mini projects.
Raspberry Pi.
The Raspberry Pi. Put a little Raspberry Pi in that shell. I even have purple printer filament. Looks like a terrible game. It's like slots, but worse. It's like slots, but there's only one slot. Honestly, I'm with Quark. He won't. I don't think he'd even be able to trade that for a meal.
This is exactly how Pawn Stars works.
Oh yeah, it is. Does Quark have an expert on purple balls he can call in?
We're gonna call the expert now.
I mean, it's gonna sit on a shelf. He's gonna have to program his own replicator pattern. You know, he's got overhead. Oh, you're one to talk Humperdinck about overconfidence. Come on, man.
How
Oh,
did
there's
he get
pack
out of
beds.
jail?
I I guess he served his time, or maybe the trauma of seeing a man die in a prison cell was considered enough for his petty crime.
Okay, or maybe the couple dropped charges that he swindled.
Because he got lucky.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Or
It was probably the luck ball.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh, her husband just died, didn't it? She's wearing a black hat and a weird oversized shawl thing. She's mid tragedy right now. Yep, husband died. Yeah, they must have dropped the charges while I was busy looking up how old Cole Meany is and when his birthday is. Call him. Does he understand? I mean, he handed you a thing that you already had on the table. Oh, Bashir. Bashir ain't even being subtle about it. Come on, man. This is just embarrassing, Siddiq. Whoa, did Siddiq just swear on my Star Trek and my 90s era, sorry, in my 40s era Star Trek? He's not allowed to do that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Swearing only exists when Alex Kurtzman gets on the show. They don't swear in old Trek. Absolutely ridiculous. Someone must have
Alex,
edited this version with an agenda.
Alex Kurtzman must have directed this episode.
It must have been Alex Kurtzman. Oh, because they don't say that specific swear word. It also doesn't count as a swear if it's in a language you personally don't speak. So all the f bombs are okay in France, but if Picard drops a French f bomb, that's okay in English. Quark is really trying to enforce a bribe he paid to someone else. Come on, Quark, have some honor and try and bribe Cisco with it. I mean, Patak, actual alien swears, I think. I don't think anyone has a problem with the alien ones. Because they're
No, no, that's
specifically
a
made to
swear
be
word.
non offensive.
That's soap mouth stuff.
Oh, sorry. I'll try and refrain from saying the P word.
This is family friendly.
Look, every single one of these streams, I have to hit the review for ad monetization, and someone has to manually review it. If we swear on this, I'm not going to be able to get my 50 cents for this episode. Yeah,
Mavyap, I think, is also a curse that Picard says in the Arbiter of Succession episode.
there's also the Romulan Varul.
Mm,
Sorry, I said the V word. Yeah, no one cares about alien swears, though. That's the whole point. $10,000 Isix. Is that the Bajoran currency? We heard the Bajoran currency a couple episodes ago, and we were thinking that it never came up again. Star Trek Isix. Preferred by the Volukta government and was in it. Okay, so it's not Bajoran. Isix are not the Bajoran currency. Apparently, they use Isix in Discovery, so definitely not Bajoran then, because no one cares about Bajor prior to the Cardassians leaving in Discovery of the Wormhole.
Yeah, when they transferred Cisco, it was like the most backwater post
Yeah,
that you could have, like
Bashir
Anchorage,
went there to
Alaska.
practice frontier medicine and deeply offended Kira. Honestly, the swearing thing, I don't even swear. I never swear in real life. I just don't care about Star Trek swearing.
Yeah, you're making fun of the people who are attacking the new Star Trek. You're saying
Yeah,
the whoa whoa whoa.
I've sworn like once in the last 6 years.
Nah, we should keep it family friendly just because it's a little easier for people to watch. Such a charmer.
Well, he wasn't able to charm Princess Buttercup. Didn't work out so great there. Lady was gonna stab herself.
What year was Princess Bride made?
So it was probably in the 40s or something. I don't know. I'm looking it up now. 1987.
Thanks.
As far as YouTube is concerned, we're gonna pretend that DS9 is family friendly. Yes, with their blackmail and their swearing and their casual murder and assassination of high-ranking government officials. Multiple times, at least twice, we assassinate a high-level official. Do we murder more? We murder Senator Vreenak, of course, and we assassinate Chancellor Gowron. I mean, as far as the Klingons are concerned, it wasn't an assassination, but Cisco basically told him to go murder Gowron. Do we assassinate anyone else?
Mm, no, but
Oh,
we
hey,
not only
Morn.
blow up Vreenak, but we cover up the evidence. So there's conspiracy.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, there was that time that lady hung herself on the promenade. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we attempted to assassinate Changeling Gowron, but ended up killing Changeling Martok. That's right.
Right, and then we committed genocide against the changelings by infecting them with the virus.
Yeah.
It's
Though
like
that was
biological
that
warfare.
was specifically prevented by the heroes, so I think that still counts as family friendly if the heroes are trying to fix it.
Mm, true.
Blew up a school, but tragically no one was in it. I don't know why I said tragically there, but don't worry about it. Yeah, that hanging. That was messed up. We just see the feet dangling there in the end shot.
And they don't save the changelings; they just save. They just want to save Odo.
That's true.
Like, because the female founder is like falling apart by the by the end.
Oh yeah, they got Senator Vreetak at minimum jailed and probably executed. They didn't do it themselves, but they set her up. The Romulan senator who changed actors partway through, and it was very confusing.
They mine the wormhole too. That's like one of the. That's not a good thing to do. Mines are terrible devices.
And this isn't something that Starfleet did wrong, but it was pretty dark. The siege of AR 558 was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Cisco poisons an entire planet. Yeah, I'm not familiar with DS9 Fallen Heroes. If that's one of the Star Trek novels, I haven't read any of those. Oh, hey, Morn. Oh yeah, there was also, the Bajoran genocide. That was kind of a big thing. Bajoran genocide in labor camps, and then Dukat taking comfort women, and
Hmm.
actually all the Cardassians on Terok Nor taking comfort women.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's not very family
Concentration
friendly of them.
camps, slave labor. Oh, there's a cult too. Remember, Ducat's behind like a cult of personality.
Yeah. Hey,
Um, where
hey,
they
it's
all like
not a
there's a
cult, it's a
Jim Jones,
legitimate religion. How dare you?
Jim Jones kind of like apocalyptic, drinking the Kool Aid.
Yeah, he gives them the poison tablets and then yeah, that's a great time. Man, the promenade has so many flashing lights. Quarks has a lot of flashing lights. Prince Humperdinck's place has a bunch of flashing lights. I would hate living here. It would be awful. Well, well, Bashir, you're kind of being blackmailed into this now. So you're gonna be playing some tennis or racquetball or whatever it is they're playing. Space racquetball.
And the Ketracel White was pretty,
Oh yeah.
drug controlled soldiers.
Well, we're just gonna pretend DS9 is family friendly. As far as YouTube's manual reviewers are concerned, this is family friendly content. There was that prison camp that Martok, Bashir, and Garrick get sent to,
Hmm.
and Worf.
Hmm. POWs.
There was that time Worf snaps Wayun's neck. That's a good one. Every O'Brien episode, the one where he tries to commit suicide, or is about to commit suicide when Bashir walks in on him.
Wow, it's pretty dark.
And yet somehow this isn't un-Star Trek.
And then
Anything
Ryza
new
too,
that's
by the
dark
way.
is
You didn't
un-Star
mention
Trek,
that.
but DS9 can be super dark and it's perfectly Trek.
Yep.
And speaking of dark and new Star Trek, that bit of Captain Pike with the time crystal, that was that was kind of painful to watch, but it was amazing.
It was amazing. Because like I think we'd all make the opposite decision,
Yeah,
being straight up.
Pike's a good guy though. We all love
They
Pike.
they, they did a wonderful job with that character. Because like you think you can't, you know, r-
Oh yeah,
improve a plot like that.
I was looking forward to Discovery continuing. I'm happy to continue watching it. But once they announced Strange New Worlds with Captain Pike, it's like, oh yeah, I don't care about all these other series anymore. Just show me more Anson Mount. All I want is more Captain Pike. Although, if anyone here is not familiar with the time frame, Discovery Season 3 will be premiering the Thursday after next. So on the 15th. We get to find out what the heck happened to the Federation. I've heard some
I
things
love
about
the
what actually happened to it, but I don't want to say it on stream because the show isn't even out yet. Don't want to
I love the
spoil
Vegas
things.
lights outside of this door.
You love the Vegas lights? Man, I hate the Vegas lights. How dare you like something I don't like?
Sorry.
Oh man, that woman's hair. Look at her hair. What is that? Are those Bajoran breadsticks on her head that are she's trying to emulate? What's going on with her hair?
Yeah, don't mess with quantum
Oh, hey, Column.
potent dice.
Look at that big, handsome man. Is it family friendly if we just yeah, he's a man, so we can totally see a shirtless man on with the FCC. But I don't know. Column meanie might be too much for the censors. There's too much column meanie to go around.
Remember how in TNG, like Guinan was always spraining her elbow
Did she?
from the
I think
tennis?
she lied.
Yeah,
Wasn't she lying about that?
yeah, maybe. And it was only once.
I think that was an excuse to get someone to open up to her. And then she was like, nah, I was lying to you. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
right, right.
She does that a lot.
But she played racquetball with Worf or whatever that game was.
Yeah. She fenced with Picard. She shot some flying disc things with Worf. She's very interactive. I feel like push ups wouldn't be a good exercise for tennis specifically, or whatever they're playing. It doesn't seem relevant. Granted, I'm the least athletic person you'll ever know, so maybe I'm totally wrong on that. Oh, Bashir, don't. Bashir, are you about to plug some pseudoscience here? Because it's the 80s, or 90s, or whatever, or the 40s or something? Well, Mike says push ups aren't a good warm up, so I'm going to assume everything I say is correct about push ups. Cyclus acid. Versed? What the heck is versed? Oh, yeast. It was just low resolution. Not versed. Yeast.
Synthanol.
Racquetball, that's the name.
Yeah, that's it. I said that.
I'm pretty sure I did too. I just have a bad memory. Well, Quark, why would you? What are you doing, man?
That's not how gambling works.
Sis or Bashir would never throw something.
No.
Not the match, not the final exam with the preganglionic fiber and the postganglionic nerve. He would never throw something. Oh, hey, Cisco. You haven't been doing much of anything this episode, really. He's doing something now.
Or the last episode.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Depending on what particle we're talking about. Yeah, this is a very, very Star Trek plot. It's some weird side thing that doesn't make any sense, but has some very convenient effects for the crew and only the crew. Which isn't me dissing it. I'm actually quite enjoying this episode. But it doesn't make any sense.
reminds me of Highlight, which is a Spanish or the best Castilian Bastille sport, not Bastille, Basque.
Does that point against Bashir count if his racket broke? I feel like that should be a do-over round.
You know what Highlight is?
I do not. I have no idea.
It's kind of like lacrosse, where you catch the ball in like a curved
Okay.
thing, and it goes really fast because you have to like um, hurl it at your opponent, basically.
Hurl it to your opponent or at your opponent? Are you trying to hit them with it?
Yeah. I mean, they have to catch it, so yeah, you hurl it at them, and
Oh,
you could easily
okay.
get hurt.
Okay. Did he just wait? What did he even do? He just like whacked the camera with a racket and that turned it off? Did he break it?
Yeah, that would end the match. Because how do you know they're not cheating?
I mean, Quark specifically might not object to that, but yeah, all the patrons probably would. Quark does love his cheating. Is that ball holographic? Because I don't. If that were just a regular ball, it shouldn't bounce like that, surely. This does look in the same general shape as a hollow suite.
Yeah, it's the same set for Valhalla and everything.
And I assume they don't have racquetball courts on the ore processing station built by the Cardassians.
Yo, finish the game, guys. Why you gotta call ops?
Well, it's being weird. The laws of probability are messed up. Yeah, no, impossible is just a turn of phrase, Dax. You don't have to be pedantic about it. Yeah, that doesn't seem physically possible by anything. But we're gonna go with it because Star Trek.
Yeah, matter should be acting fundamentally different too.
Maybe Rick Berman thinks that luck is actually a physical construct that can be affected by, fields and stuff.
No one's playing this game.
I mean, it's a really boring game. I can't blame them. You just press a button and then it either lights up or doesn't light up. What's the point? It's a terrible game.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you acting like he's the bad guy for doing that? How could he have known that this physically impossible thing was going to happen from a little children's toy? I think I know what that proper use is. I think those are the emitters they use on the changeling Gowron, who they think is the changeling Gowron. Remember they had those little spheres that they put up all in the chambers during that ceremony. I think that's the same prop that they colored gold instead or bronze. Is that the same thing? Now I want to look up. Hang on. That was Apocalypse Rising.
Oh,
Apocalypse
his luck changed.
Rising. No, I don't want the Roblox game. I want the Star Trek episode. Google, why would I ever look up a Roblox game? Hall of Warriors, the Order of the Batleth. Polaron emitters. No, those are a different toy. Never mind. These are the Polaron emitters here on screen. Nope, not that. That's just a guy. Those are the Polaron emitters. Different toy, different prop. Wait, was she always evil, or did the Lux Spheres make her evil?
I think at the beginning you said they're both con artists. So
I guess the luck thing just means if he was still having good luck, her scheme would have failed.
right. Do they show what happened to the little one?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, they just destroyed the big ones.
And Prince Humperdinck can never catch a break. See, look, Humperdinck, you keep doing these bad things and it never works out for you. Maybe you should try something different for once in your life. My goodness, Humperdinck. Oh, Amazon, I don't want an ad before the next episode. Stop it. Alright, new timer. 5. Stop that. Start the timer. Edit the title. The alternate. There we go. Alright, we did it. Nope. I didn't do it. Alternate has an E in it. Wait. But I typed an E. Why isn't it showing it? Okay, now it's showing the E. Whatever, don't worry about it. Anyway. So that Onion episode talking about Star Trek. Trekkies bash new Star Trek film as fun, watchable. So this is 11 years ago. This is about the 2009 JJ Star Trek. Let's mute the jazz. Turn on desktop audio. And then mute myself in Discord, otherwise there's going to be some audio doubling for the duration of the video.
Turning to entertainment, Star Trek fans are decrying the latest film in the long-running series as a fun and watchable action-packed thrill ride.
Yes, it was exciting, but where was the heavy-handed message about tolerance? Where was the stiff acting? I mean, it just didn't seem like a Star Trek movie to me.
I'm just really, really disappointed that this storyline made sense.
If I wanted to see young, attractive people doing cool, exciting things, I'd go watch sports.
And with us now to discuss the backlash is entertainment reporter Bree Lindsay.
Hi, Glenn.
Bree, is this Star Trek as riveting as the fans are complaining it is?
Glenn, early reviews are calling it a delightful action-adventure movie and a surefire hit.
No wonder the fans feel betrayed here.
Apparently, there isn't even one scene set at a long table in which interstellar diplomacy is debated in endless detail.
Really? I understand fans were angry that the Klingons' dialogue was subtitled because it allows the Klingons to be understood by people who haven't studied the imaginary language for years.
Yes, but most fans were more upset by the look of the movie. Heart-stopping chases, state-of-the-art CGI, and alien battle scenes that don't just look like two out-of-shape guys in bad makeup fighting awkwardly.
That's a real slap in the face for Trek fans.
Right, yes, but I think the bigger issue is that fans felt like Star Trek belonged to them, and now the studio has turned it into something people will actually like.
Oh. What about the casting of up-and-coming young actor Chris Pine as James T. Kirk instead of the aging, bloated William Shatner?
Well, of course, that announcement was a huge disappointment for fans and Shatner alike.
A lot of the fans have been saying that this movie sullies the vision of someone called Gene Roddenberry.
Right, Yes, Gene Roddenberry was the hack who created the Star Trek television show way back in the 40s or something.
So is Paramount doing anything to combat all this negative press?
Yes, they are. They've announced the DVD release will feature a special cut just for the Trek fans with 3 hours of extra footage in which characters stand around debating the merits of saving the Andorian ambassador from the surface of Silax 4 until you just wish everyone was dead.
Well, that should be some consolation. Thanks, Bree.
Thanks, Glenn.
Earlier today, Paramount released this statement to ease fans' concerns. We stand behind this film and firmly believe that in a few years it will seem just as dated and cornball as previous Star Trek films. Moving on now, an elderly black woman is still following President Obama around and shedding a single tear whenever he does anything.
I mean, no joke. I would totally watch the 4-hour cut where they debate the merits of saving the Andorian ambassador for the surface of Silax 4 until you wish everyone was dead. Takes a lot of pot shots at Ultrek, but I mean they're not wrong. They're exaggerating a bit, but that's probably my favorite thing The Onion has done. It's a really great video. So yeah, that's where I get the original series coming from the 40s, way back in the 40s or something. This movie is accessible to people who don't even know what Pon farr is. The horror. How dare they? Now, but did that prediction bear out? Did it bear out that in just a few years, Star Trek 2009 would seem just as dated and cornball as previous Star Trek films? Honestly, kinda, yeah. Maybe not as corny, because I mean they don't have the whole space whale thing. But some of the stuff people have definitely come to like the when Nero meets Captain Pike. He goes, "Hi Chris, I'm Nero." Everyone loves that line. It's a good movie though. I'd still like a 4-hour cut about I'd still like the long table debating interstellar diplomacy. And Star Trek 2009 doesn't have that, but I still think it's really good. I like it. Anyway, press play in 3, 2, 1, play. The alternate, episode 12, season 2, if you haven't been able to find it. Oh, they're really establishing selling desiccated Ferengi bits early on. Oh yeah, speaking of the odd-numbered new Trek films, I mean, they're not new anymore, they're over 10 years old, but Star Trek Beyond, I really like how Captain Edison talks about the Xindi and the Makos and United Earth before the Federation. I really like those parts. I mean, I like the movies in general, but especially those parts. Oh, we already saw the desiccated before the... Oh, we did, that's right. They sold bits of Zek when he pretended to be dead, which would totally be fraud. But I mean, they're Ferengi, so I guess they don't care. Or if they do care, they can't do anything about it because he's the Nagus. He certainly didn't give them a refund. First rule of acquisition: once you have their money, you never give it back.
Duh.
Now, I'm pretty sure in the episode where Quark starts selling bits of himself, I don't think Odo buys part of him. I don't think he follows through. Yeah, that's true. The Kelvin timeline had too many young, attractive people doing cool, exciting things. What's even the point? Why not the aging, bloated William Shatner? I saw William Shatner's response to that, which was just the word bloated with an intro bang. How dare they? So what are they selling? How many Ferengis here are sell? Do we ever actually see a real desiccated Ferengi sale? We see fake Zek sale, fake Plague sale, and well, not fake Quark sale, but unfulfilled Quark sale. We never actually see bits of actual desiccated Ferengi, do we? Oh, hey, Dr. Mora. Also known as Admiral Jirok from The Defector. Admiral Jirok's a pretty cool guy. James Sloyan, I think the actor's name is. Good matching hairstyles. I like how Odo did specifically style his hair after Dr. Mora. And Dr. Mora is a very consistent man. He will never change his hairstyle ever. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to tell that he's Odo's surrogate father. Poor Odo. I mean, Dr. Mora seems genuinely proud of him, so that's good. He cares about Odo, despite Odo hating him for, treating him as a lab experiment for the first years of his life. But Dr. Mora cares. How old is Odo again? How old is Odo here? He's not. He was there during the Cardassian occupation. And that's when Dr. Mora found him, because the Cardassians were kind of making him experiment on Odo. So he has to be like 10 at the oldest? Probably less. Discounting all the times that Odo was floating in space before he was found.
Yeah, I was going to be pedantic and mention that.
I want to look this. I want the exact number. Man, I don't know why I'm obsessed with dates today, but I really want to know how old Odo is. Star Trek, how old is Odo? He was discovered in the Bajoran system in 2357, and it's 2370 now. So that makes him 13. Yeah, Odo's apparently 13. I mean, I don't know if this is true. This is just some random forum post. Let me actually check a more reliable source here. Let's see. Origins. In the 24th century, he was found there. Found near where the wormhole showed up.
Okay, but according to Memory Alpha, the 100 changelings were sent out no later than the 22nd century. So, yeah, he's only... I know you said only from the time he was found.
I mean, yeah, in reality, Odo is pretty old, but...
Yeah.
Well, I say in reality, I mean, this is Star Trek.
In our fictional reality.
There was a cut line from Emissary that referenced 2337, but I mean, it's a cut line.
Mm-hmm.
It's not clear.
Yeah, and we've never seen baby changelings before, so. Hey, life
Lost
begins
is
at
over.
conception. Somebody in the chat wrote he was still alive as goo before that.
Yeah, but he wasn't really even aware, was he? He just kind of existed. Now I'm looking at memory beta. Maybe they have more concrete information, even if it is beta canon.
Yeah,
He was
Memory
on
Beta's legit.
Teroknor in 2365, so he's at least 5 years old at the absolute minimum. Ah, memory beta says 2345, so that would make him 25 here. According to the Teroknor novel Night of the Wolves.
Alright, good.
I'm happy to go with that, 25 years old. What if you want to make friends with the Trill, Jake? Trills love Klingon opera. So do Ferengi. Everyone loves Klingon opera. Everyone except humans, really. You know, come to think of it, it seems odd to me that Ferengis would like Klingon opera just because it's so loud and boisterous. You'd think it'd hurt their ears. Jake's got a point. Yeah, I do want to know Nog's opinion on Klingon opera as a Ferengi. He's got to listen with the volume turned way down, I guess. Okay, define Sekiro, though. What does Dr. Mora want with it? Because that... saying someone else wants it in answer to why do you want it isn't really an answer. You need to know what it's going to be used for. Yeah, you would think this would be an excellent episode to establish how old Odo is, but apparently we're not going to. That's okay. It's not really important. Yeah, no, something tells me Dr. Mora in fact did not run into the founders. I don't think Dr. Mora knows anything about them. I don't know what he thinks he found, but it's definitely not the Changeling homeworld. You just found a pile of goo.
Yeah. I love how when your family visits, you can just join them on away missions.
Yeah. Request Federation runabouts, go and fly into the Gamma Quadrant. It works great.
Tell jokes.
Cisco's much more relaxed about giving out runabouts now. I guess because people keep coming to him and asking for runabouts, he's just used to it. He just rolls with it.
TNG was like so stingy with the shuttles.
Well, can't they just manufacture a new shuttle anytime they want?
Well, apparently Voyager can.
Delta
So I assume the
Flyer.
Enterprise can. Oh no, I'm not talking about the Delta Flyer. I'm talking about the 37 other shuttles.
You're right. I forgot.
Delta Flyer, they had to actually put some effort into.
Right.
Oh yeah, what shuttle are they in? Are they in the Rio Grande? Because if they're in the Rio Grande, they're fine. Anyone catch what shuttle this is?
Danube.
Well, that's the class of the runabout. Danu class
sorry,
runabout.
sorry. I stand corrected.
That is definitely not the Omarian Nebula, Dr. Mora.
Captain Cisco, we think we found something. Sure, take my chief science officer and security officer. And a shuttle.
I mean, sure. Why not?
Nothing ever happens on this station anyway.
Okay. Now, whose ruins are these? What species built this? Maybe it was the Founders. Maybe they just had an outpost that they stopped caring about. What do you mean that's a painted background? Are you saying they didn't go to, like, Switzerland? And then stretch the image up? I have a bad feeling about this man here. I don't recognize him. He's not part of the main cast. He's not a main character. Oh, hey, that's a magnetic ferrofluid. Yeah, that's just iron. I recognize that stuff. You guys ever played with ferrofluid? I got some as a gift once. It's pretty cool stuff.
I mean, even iron filings will act like that.
Yeah. You just run a magnet underneath and it makes these cool shapes and spikes. As it follows the magnetic field. It turns out I owned changeling material. I don't think I have it anymore, but it's easy to get. Oh, that secondary scientist man has got to be dying here. We have to establish how dangerous this quake is.
That's why you sent two Bajorans to the mission. Because one NPC isn't coming back.
Oh, and secondary science man just got separated from the group. Oh no.
It's like Indiana Jones all of a sudden. You remove one thing and the whole thing starts coming down.
I mean, is this place booby-trapped or is it just super unstable?
I mean,
Being
they couldn't
balanced
tell
by
that
a
with their
good-
scans.
Being balanced by 100 grams of iron. Take that apart, everything falls apart.
And they transported right over a fault line, apparently.
Oh no, the dude, he made it off the planet. We haven't seen him yet, but he did say the Bajorians plural. He might still die anyway, but he's not dead yet.
Did he have any speaking lines? Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Because
he had, I think,
if
one line.
if someone's an extra, they don't have any speaking lines, and you don't have to pay them at all. Well, much less.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Bajoran man. Oh no. Oh, that guy's laying down flat without a pillow. Oh yeah, he's gonna die. People who survive have have that bed that raises and lowers, and they're always slightly propped up. That's a dead man walking.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some
Yeah,
antigons. Well, one antigon. That furry dude there. Oh, look at that. Someone put their luggage on that couch. People are using that couch.
That's the
Don't just leave
Anakin
it
from
there.
the TNG episode.
Okay. What's the relevance of this, Cisco? Yeah, he doesn't even like Dr. Mora. Oh, look, more ferrofluid. Except it looks like they put some food coloring in it. They put some red food coloring in.
Wait, they brought this back from the planet?
Yeah. They got a sample. Now I'm very curious as to what they actually have because I don't remember, and it can't be one of the it can't be a founder shapeshifter because it doesn't look anything like him. What is that? Also, how did they get that onto the station? Did they beam that whole statue onto the runabout?
It's like
That's
it
the
barely.
thing that caused the whole earthquake.
Oh, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but why? Why did they take
fine.
it?
Yeah, they were like barely beaming out with their lives intact, and
Triangle
they're
ship.
like, let's just.
That ship's triangular. Counter goes
Yeah,
up.
that is the triangle ship. Man, I think I saw two, one in another corner. We'll have to rewind at some point.
Oh well, this worked out well. Maybe you should have gotten someone else to watch it while Bashir was sleeping. Or Dax was sleeping. I forget who's in charge of this project. No, it was O'Brien, wasn't it? Why is O'Brien in charge of this project? Shouldn't
It's
Dax
true.
be doing this?
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
Maybe
when you really
Colin
got to
Meaney.
figure something out, you call the engineer.
Maybe Colin Meaney had some bills to pay, so they gave him an extra episode.
Kira becomes science officer too.
Wait, have we seen Terry Farrell this episode? Was she too busy to
remember she
film?
was on the planet?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
Oh, got you. Okay. I forget this whole show's sarcastic.
All right, we have another confirmation. So with two people saying it, I guess I'll believe that Dax was on the planet. There's Terry. I might remember Terry showing up here. Maybe. I am watching the episode, I just have a bad memory. This is why I have people here to remind me of things.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna get worse.
I can remember obscure details about episodes no one cares about, but the thing I'm actively watching, no way.
You're just watching for the triangle ship. You're not even watching for the plot.
Exactly. Even when they're in sickbay, I'm just looking for triangles. Look at that pillow, that's triangular. Good long-term memory, bad short-term memory. I mean, it might be Odo. Maybe it objected to being confined. Oh, too bad for Dr. Weld. Oh no, is Odo, when he goes crazy, is he gonna murder Dr. Weld? He can't, right? Because then they would have to deal with the moral implications of that.
It'll probably happen indirectly.
Maybe evil Odo shuts down the power and that kills whatever's keeping Dr. Weld alive. But surely there's no way Dr. Weld makes it to the end of the episode. I mean, turning them off. Oh no! Oh, it was Odo that turned them off. Odo, why would you do that? What are you doing, man? Odo freeing his shapeshifter friend. Why would it? Wait, why would that be showing? If it's just feeding off energy, surely it's feeding off energy that's just sort of going around the room, not energy that's actually flowing through the conduits. Why would they be see a? Why would they see a power drain? So Brian hearing things now.
I think the floorboards are getting creaky on Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, this is. Oh, Brian, this is a good idea. You should never say, "I'm gonna get closer to investigate this strange noise." At least O'Brien knows it's a dumb idea. He knows it's dangerous. Oh, he does you both a favor and lie to your wife. Thank you, O'Brien.
I mean, she obviously cared about him the last episode when he was competing with Bashir.
That doesn't look like ferrofluid.
Oh.
Doesn't look like ferrofluid at all. That kind of looks like It kind of looks like pecan pie filling.
Yeah.
Nice save.
Well, I guess that worked itself out. No more evil shapeshifter. Boy, those are some wavy buttons on those displays. Is that Cardassian UI design?
Yes. Yes.
The Replimat, Julian. Julian, she's not interested. Leave her alone. Oh, sure, you're so excited when you think it's going to be in one of your quarters, but as soon as she suggests the promenade, you lose interest. Typical Bashir. Who are you talking to, Bashir? Bashir, you're really creeping me out here. Leave the woman alone.
Yeah, she's out of your league, guy. You might be genetically engineered, but she belongs to Worf. You could get the Nexus, Dax. You don't get this one.
Or in real life, he gets Kira, or Kira gets him, depending on how you want to look at it.
That's what happens when you work too closely on a TV set. You fall in love with your coworker.
Oh yeah, Dax said earlier that Bashir hid her clothes, so she had to walk out in a hospital gown that wouldn't close in the back. Bashir, I feel like that wasn't part of your medical practice. I think you're just quick creeping on. What was that?
A scalpel?
No, not the laser thing. The CGI. It was very polygonal. Apparently, when Odo's evil, his CGI gets pointy.
By the way, your memory isn't too bad. When I first started watching you, I thought like you needed help with episode names, but the more I watch, you're actually pretty good at episode names.
Just not the details in those episodes.
You ain't too bad.
Yep, laser scalpel. But yeah, that was some very pointy shapeshifting effects. Oh, it wasn't interesting before, Mora? Oh, maybe they can find out it belongs to Odo. They're probably not going to test against Odo, though. Not going to look for a match.
Oh, Dax is in charge of this again?
Apparently. Oh. Oh. I get it. I remember earlier in the episode, I was going about why is Chief O'Brien in charge of this investigation. It was because Dax was in the infirmary.
Okay.
I
So
get it
junior
now.
science officer, Chief O'Brien?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
We needed another main character who's vaguely sciencey.
And Kira had the tricorder out too.
Julian was busy with Dax in the infirmary. Which
From
sounds
behind.
like I mean something else, but I actually just mean healing her from her injuries. Who else would have been a better pick? Assuming Dax and Julian are unoccupied, or are occupied if they're too busy, who would have been a better pick?
True.
I mean, we see random blue shirts around the place, but
Yeah.
I mean, they can't have speaking lines, then we'd have to pay them.
Right.
See, it's all coming together. I'm remembering things earlier in the episode now. It's all coming together.
Look, in fairness, I missed that too.
So to think the pillar is a shapeshifter?
Yeah, that's what he's thinking. I like how this Bajoran doctor only raised one shapeshifter, and he's like, I'm the foremost expert in changelings."
I mean, to be fair, he's right. No one else knows anything about them.
True.
He knows very, very little about them, but he knows more than anyone else.
I guess I'm the foremost expert in Ryan's Edits YouTube channel.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm the foremost expert in Ryan's Edits YouTube channel, but
Yeah, but you're the changeling freak.
you fiend. What, you wanted him to stay in your laboratory with you? You gotta let him
He's
go.
sick. He's really sick.
Does James Sloan... No, he doesn't die here. Does he? No, we see him later. I think we see Dr. Moore in at least one more episode after this. I was gonna say, does James Sloan survive any episode he's in? So when he's Admiral Jarrock, he dies. And he's very sick here.
He was Admiral Jarrock in TNG?
Yeah.
Thanks.
From the episode The Defector, who previously went... I mean, basically as a filing clerk. He went with the duet method.
Right.
Cetal, that was the name he went with. See, I can remember the fake name he went with was Cetal.
See? You gotta give yourself more credit.
Dr. Weld is gonna be fine? That can't be right.
Yeah, you're right. But we don't see... I doubt we'll see him again.
Maybe they had to have him out of the way so he wasn't the one analyzing anything? But no, that wouldn't make
You're right.
sense. What's going on with Dr. Weld? Surely he's gonna die later on. Odo, please murder Dr. Weld. Dr. Mora's got a good memory.
It took him all but 33 minutes.
I mean, he not only does he recognize it's from the same species as Odo, he knows it's actually Odo specifically. It can't be the other changeling. Dude's good. He's real good at his job. I mean, this episode kind of sums up as Odo is sleepwalking.
I think you gave
Odo's
it away.
sleepwalking and having nightmares.
You gotta leave some suspense for the viewers.
Oh, sorry. Odo's totally not sleepwalking. It's a mystery. What could be happening? I mean, Odo, we can test this really easily. Just put a camera on yourself when you regenerate, and put a force field around. Oh, I see. Odo's sleep Twororzanu. I see.
I've never seen Odo scared.
You know, now that we talk about Odo being scared, I actually remember another time we do see him, and he puts on this exact same face. And he has, like, the dimples in his forehead when he gets freaked out. There's that part where, Garrick is torturing him, is the one I'm thinking of. Oh boy. Oh no. Dr. Mora? Dr. Mora maybe should stop yelling at him. Doctor? He's about to shapeshift.
You gotta love when the changelings start melting.
Yeah, maybe. I'm surprised Dr. Mora is not changing his tactics when he sees. Oh, wait, what is going on with his fingers there? Dr. Mora? Oh, now you're noticing.
Odo's got daddy issues.
Okay. Came from the security office. I mean, you're talking about in Discord harmonics having an echo. I haven't heard a single echo. Dr. Mora, it's basically split personality going on. So Odo subconsciously basically just wants to murder Dr. Mora, is what's going on here. When Odo's sleepwalking, he acts on his unconscious desires to just kill him.
Right, now you can see that.
Odo's got, maybe Odo should see a counselor.
Yeah.
It looks like he has some daddy issues going on.
It's like a werewolf in this episode. But when O'Brien found the goo in the Jeffries tube, that was Odo too?
No, that was the original ferrofluid life form.
Right. So where's that now?
It gooed out, it died.
Oh, okay. O'Brien popped it.
Yeah, because somehow, I don't know what killed it. I have no idea. But yeah, when they found it and it turned into a goo from the ferrofluid, it was dead. Oh no, you can totally imprison shapeshifters. They put them in containment fields. They put them in. They fill every possible crack and bulkhead. They just completely surround the room in a force field. They do that a few times.
It's like how we keep antimatter in a lab.
There's a lot of people on the promenade for this plan.
It's like trying to catch Mercury.
Could they make force fields on all the other hatches? Just force him to go through the one? Don't worry about it. Odo will be fine.
Them's the rules.
Wait, now he's releasing the conduit seal. So they...
That means he was already trapped. Yeah.
Yeah, they have
Sorry.
some things sealed, but not... They can't seal the... I don't know what's going on with the security measures on the station. Dr. Bashir, do you need to be here? You ain't a
He's
security
got the
officer.
scalpel ready.
Yeah, I don't think he has a phaser. He's just... Maybe he will scalpel Odo. But then
I didn't
a
know
laser
laser
scalpel...
scalpels hurt changelings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, surely that'll just, like, divide the fluid, and it'll go right back.
Good thing he had that laser scalpel.
I'm just thinking of that episode of Enterprise where everyone kind of goes crazy because of space stuff. And Dr. Phlox has an actual metal scalpel that he threatens to cut someone with. I was thinking maybe Dr. Bashir will do that. He'll just pull out his laser scalpel, just threaten
Odo
someone.
is ready to kick his ass.
Oh, that's quite the effect on Odo there. Okay, Dr. Moore, are you trying to protect yourself or are you preparing to punch Odo?
Odo
What is he
has so
doing
much
with his
volume.
hands?
He must weigh like a ton.
But he can also turn into a bird though and fly.
A 2-ton bird.
You see, if they ever remaster DS9, they do have to redo all the visual effects because they were done low resolution. They could make this look so much better. This effect does not hold up.
It's really not too bad. Like you've said that before. You said it was like polygonal. I think it was polygonal, but
Oh, that worked out. I'm surprised Odo turned back into... Well, I'm not surprised that from a production standpoint they had him turn back. But from a lore standpoint, I'm surprised he didn't turn into a pile of goo.
Maybe it's a muscle memory of his.
Maybe.
you're right though. Like a sapped out, tapped out changeling should turn into goo.
Odo is a changeling, falls unconscious several times and just stays as Odo.
A solid.
Before they decided how changelings actually work. Oh, thanks, Siddiq. Very helpful. Yeah, but Dr. Moore he's a nice guy. He genuinely feels regret about imprisoning Odo earlier. But he didn't know what Odo was. It's just a
Yeah.
pile of goo. Another
He does
triangular
care
pillow,
about him.
though. Yeah. He cares. And he hasn't
That's not
died
a
this
bad
episode.
apology.
Now, the real question is, where is Dr. Weld? Are we going to see him again?
Yeah, basically, if he died, it would have made no difference at all to the production.
His entire purpose in the episode was to demonstrate that the gas was dangerous.
Yeah. It's an astute observation about the beds. If you're in the bed with the corner that doesn't recline, you're as good as dead.
Yeah. Doesn't even
Also,
have good
out of the
lighting over
good
there.
light.
Exactly, we're on the same page. You gotta focus on the lighting. The lighting's important. Alright, well I think that's the last episode for today.
It is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Alright everyone, so welcome back to part 2 of my Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're going to be cutting down an oak tree. Last time we cut down a birch tree, but we could use some oak too. It's good to have some color variety. So we're just going to be staring at this tree for the next minute until it's gone.
Chop, chop, chop. You chop a tree from the bottom up in Minecraft?
Yeah, sure. There's no gravity. Well, there's some gravity, but not on most things. Like, look at these leaves. They're just hanging out now.
Hey, what's an intake?
What do you mean?
You know when you do the outtake intakes on your show?
Well, yeah, I know what they are, but what?
Yeah, so
Could you be more
what
specific
is
in
an
the question?
intake? Like what's like you're just recutting the episodes, but are you just doing it for like I'm trying to understand, like is there a philosophy behind it? Like or you just enjoy looping the certain lines over and over again? Like what are you doing?
I take a blooper from the blooper reel, and I
Oh,
just
okay.
put it into the main episode. It's an
Okay, thank you.
integrated outtake.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks. I was just trying to
but-
understand the philosophy.
Yeah, but Ryan, why do you exist?
Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much, or if they hate each other and they're trying to save a dying relationship, then they... I'll tell you when you're older. Alright. Put on the jazz. We can outro here. Next week, that's all for this week. Next week will be TNG Season 2 continuing, and that is... What is next week? The Outrageous Okana, with, you know, that comic that everyone kind of hates. Loud as a Whisper, with the mute guy the mute ambassador, or mute diplomat, who has that group of people following him around. Yeah, that guy.
Yep.
And the Schizoid Man, or Schizoid Man. Oh, right, that's the one where you get Data, in quotation marks, giving the eulogy. Yeah, that episode. And then the week after that, we're gonna have Measure of a Man, and everyone loves Measure of a Man.
Those are all
Let's
great
see.
episodes. Thanks for hosting.
DS9 Season 2 next week. DS9 next week is going to be Armageddon Game, with Dr. Bashir and O'Brien bonding a lot more. So that should be good. Whispers, which I have no idea what that is, other than it's called Whispers and was released February 7th,
So Indiana
1994.
Troy has bad nightmares about something. But yeah.
But this is Deep Space Nine.
Oh, sorry.
Well, let me look at the thing real quick. Maybe it has Deanna Troy. I don't remember it.
No. No.
Oh,
I think there was
Whispers is
TNG.
Whispers is actually a really good one. Whispers is the one where Everyone's acting all weird to O'Brien, and he has to investigate. And then there's that ending I don't want to spoil until we're actually watching the episode. No, I'll spoil it. We find O'Brien finds out he's actually a replicant, and the real O'Brien's being held prisoner somewhere. And that's where everyone's freaking out, because they couldn't prove that it wasn't O'Brien, but they knew something was wrong, and it's a whole thing.
Wow,
And
that's
then
really Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, Blade Runner kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then the last episode next week will be Paradise, where Cisco and O'Brien find that community who have no technology. And with a leader who specifically shuns technology. Which is a really good episode. I don't like how it ends, but I really like the rest of the episode.
Yeah, and at the end we'll chop a tree from the bottom up.
Yeah, man. That's how Minecraft works. Gravity is not a thing. Don't be ridiculous. I really like all of next week's DS9 episodes. They're all really good. And then Shadowplay after that, which is really good. Playing God? What's Playing God? That one's fine. That's the one where Dax is trying to tutor a young Trill. It's fine. Anyway, that's all for today. A new video on Thursday. Probably another summary, accurate summary. And then intake on Friday. And then we'll resume watch-alongs. And that's it for today. See you guys next week.